I think politicians want to show the public that they are tough on crime, and there's no better way than to put the prisoners on public display, to have them in jumpsuits, chained together near a public highway with thousands of people driving by.
Today, several states and counties use chain gang labor, but none more enthusiastically than Sheriff Joe Arpaio of Maricopa County, Arizona. The man who introduced such innovations as a tent city jail and no television for prisoners sees chain gangs as a valuable deterrent.
I put the chain gang right smack in downtown. I want everybody to see the chain gang because I want the mother to drive by. I want them to say to the daughter, see, honey, you do something wrong, you're going to be working that chain gang. And the mothers on that chain gang, you know what they say? Yes, thank you for giving me that opportunity, because we may save our daughter one day.
Arpaio's chain gangs are purely voluntary, although completing a 30-day stint on the work crew is the only way for inmates to recover lost privileges.
God of Abraham and of Moses.
Prisoners work chained together, but the only punishments meted out in these pseudo-military chain gangs are push-ups.
The term chain gang may have a special connotation, but so what? In fact, I hope that they look at the word chain gang as very, very bad, awful, not brutal, not inhumane, maybe embarrassing. Okay, hey, so if you don't want to be embarrassed, don't commit a crime and don't go to jail and be convicted.
Sheriff Arpaio's chain gangs have earned some surprising fans. Inmates, who find that their time in the program has a positive effect.
Some of my fellow inmates might not like it, but I think that everybody should have a chance to be on the chain gang. Being in here isolated, it becomes a world to itself, and you don't get to appreciate the difference. But going out there every day, seeing people going to work, seeing people just living life free, it's put smack in front of your face that you have a choice of how you want to live.
Maricopa County prisoners work 6 days a week performing community services. Sheriff Arpaio estimates that work done by his chain gangs has saved the county over $500,000 in the first 3 years of the program. But not everyone agrees with his numbers.
I think the perception that chain gangs, the use of chain gangs saves money is a perception held by Joe Arpaio. I think anyone who looks at it from an objective standpoint, including any other sheriff in any other jurisdiction, will see there's absolutely no justification that chain gangs save money under any circumstance.
After more than 200 years of experimentation, prison officials are still uncertain as to the best way to punish criminals.
Rather than trying to construct in some abstract way a perfect model, it would be worth comparing where we seem to be today with the moment of the birth of the prison in the late 18th century. Because one of the things that is clear is that they thought about punishment in terms not only of what they thought of as justice in the law, but in terms of what they believed a just society should be. Today, those questions are too often separated. And the question of justice in a broader sense gets subordinated to the question of justice in the narrow sense.
Despite the controversy, Sheriff Arpaio shows no signs of backing down. In fact, he plans to expand his use of chain gangs.
I'm looking towards being the first person in the world to put juveniles on the chain gang, because I now have a juvenile tent city, and when they violate our policies, they go into lockdown. Should I give them an opportunity to volunteer to join the chain gang so they can work themselves out of the lockdown back into the tents? That may be coming at a neighborhood near you, is the first juvenile chain gang